Today on Fantasy 5, we've got Pixar versus Pokémon. This is the podcast where we, the noise next door, create five-a-side football teams using characters from fiction, history, and from real life. These teams will then battle it out on the pitch to see who will be crowned victorious. I'm Robin, and today I'm joined by Sam, and we are this week's pundits.
We are, and it is our job to provide criticism and insight into the managers' lineups. And later, we'll be in charge of the highlights from today's fixture.
Today, our managers are Matt and Tom, who are picking the teams. So, Matt, who have you got today?
Today, I'm Team Pixar, so it's everything from Toy Story all the way up to whatever the latest one is. I think Soul.
Amazing. And Tom, how about you?
I'm Team Pokémon today, and I'm thrilled. I was a huge Pokémon fan as a kid, you know, proper early doors 90s Pokémon. I'm glad to be revisiting this delightful bit of my past.
Well, I'm excited for you, Tom. A quick spoiler warning before we get going. Well, we'll be focusing mainly on the footballing prowesses of Pokémon and Pixar. If you're not familiar with these particular worlds, then there will definitely be some spoilers coming ahead. Also, please head to iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever it is you get your podcast and rate and review us a massive 5-goal lead, or just 5 stars, for us here at Fantasy 5. Now, obviously, Matt and Tom, you are the victorious teams from our previous lineups. Sam, that means that we're the losers, and we get to decide which one of these idiots wins this game. How you feeling?
A loser is only someone who has the potential of winning after losing, Robin. That is a famous quote.
Who said that? Was that Gandhi?
I believe, actually, I was going to say Gandhi winning it.
All right. Well, listen, without further ado then, let's hear the starting 5. So, first of all, today we're going to Pixar with Matt. Matt, talk us through your starting 5.
Alrighty, I am going to start up front, which I'm going to be up front with you guys, and that's also where the players will be. I'm actually getting a little bit more clued up on football lingo, although I do believe that possession of the ball does sound like something you need an exorcist for. Alrighty then. I'm going to start with Lightning McQueen. Now, he's the car in Cars. That doesn't narrow it down a lot if you've seen the film Cars, but he's the big red one that sounds like Owen Wilson a lot. So yeah, he's going to be up front, and he, I think, is a really good attacking player. For one thing, he's a car, right? So he can, obviously dribble the ball, and it's going to be a challenge to tackle him. I just think if you want to try and tackle a car, just watch what happens. Watch what happens. All right, give it a go. I'm going to go all power to you, but give it a go. Watch what happens.
Absolutely. And also good merch. I can see merchandise. Lightning McQueen, he's really good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's the first. I'm going there. Why not?
There it is, yeah. And also, I was thinking about it. Obviously, you might think, oh, no, a car. He's just going to drive over the ball. But actually, he's a sports car, which means he's lower to the ground. So it's very unlikely the ball will go underneath, which is also something very important. He's obviously fast, which I understand is very good for a football player. And, what can I say? Watch what happens. Try and tackle him. Watch what happens.
And he's up front, you said?
Yes, that's right.
So you're not thinking of putting him defence, maybe to park the bus? Well, park the car, I guess.
park the car in the goal. Yeah, I did think about that. He's got a friend who's like a truck that he goes inside of. Weird. And that truck, you could park him in front of the goal, I suppose. When you start looking at the film Cars, it freaked me out. I remember watching it, and halfway through, there's a bit where the flies on his windshield are also tiny cars, and for some reason, it really gave me the willies. That's what I'm me down. Yeah,
hey, Matt, I suppose I've got one question about Lightning McQueen up front, which is not a great header of the ball, I imagine. I'm not sure his jumping skills are going to be massively strong.
Sure, he's so streamlined. Chances are the ball's just going to sort of whip off in not the right direction at all. Maybe need a more flat-fronted car.
Yeah, for sort of like a ramming technique rather than a traditional header.
Yeah, but he can get it there and then maybe set up someone else. Luckily, in the film Cars, he does start rather arrogantly, but by the end, he's learnt the power of teamwork. So hopefully that'll pay off.
That would be good. Also, I suppose one further, just sort of my final concern really about Lightning McQueen is obviously the UK government is banning the sale of new petrol and diesel cars as of 2030. So in terms of longevity, I'm worried about the replacement parts. They're just going to stop existing.
Sure. He's going to have to just change with the times. He's just going to hybrid.
I think this reeks of somebody, Robin, who hasn't watched Cars 2.
Yes, I think it does. I also think it reeks of somebody who's not watched a great deal of football, Sam. Tom, how are you feeling about Lightning McQueen up front?
Do you know what? I'm getting serious Rocket League vibes. If there are people under the age of 30 listening, Rocket League, Lightning McQueen up front, I think I'm excited for you. This is the best pick you've made so far, Matt.
It's his only pick he's made so far, Tom.
That's right. Well, shall I move on? I'll move on.
Absolutely.
Also, up front, I'm going to have Dash from The Incredibles. So, Incredibles, superhero family, and Dash is the young boy who's really, really fast. And I'm going to use him for the fact that he's really, really fast. Okay, I figure, a ball to him on the wing, and he can take it really quickly down to the baddie's goal. So that's definitely the skill I'm going to use there. And he's a bit of a glory hound, which actually I think maybe is that good in an attacking player? You kind of want a bit of arrogance and like all for me.
Yeah,
and
you
none for
need. I think you need a little bit of arrogance, especially when you've got that kind of pace. He's not going to be matched for pace, is he? So that arrogance is backed up by skill.
It's good, and he's a young kid, and young kids love the football. They don't pass; they just want it for themselves. So I might as well use it.
Can Lightning McQueen drive as fast as Dash from The Incredibles? I think that's probably one for Sam as the referee. What do you think about that, Sam? Can we remove the speed inhibitor on Lightning McQueen? He's famously got a speed inhibitor.
Listen, I'd be very, very excited to see that race.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I mean, I bet you somewhere there is a list of fastest Pixar characters. Do you know what I mean?
Be right back. I'm just doing a Google.
Dash can move fast enough to run on water. You've got to go pretty quick.
Yeah,
Lightning McQueen couldn't drive on water.
He's a lot lighter than Lightning is.
Guys,
drive a car into a lake. Yes, Robin.
In massive news, there is a YouTube video which is 4 minutes and 20 seconds long, and it is the top 10 fastest Pixar characters.
Oh,
so
really?
So Matt, I assume that you did the research and watched this video.
Was Dash the fastest?
I can play it. Just let me mute myself for 1 second. I'll tell you what.
Oh, you have to watch the video.
Talk amongst yourselves, and I'll tell you.
It's not 1 second though. It's four and a half minutes. Going to watch the whole thing.
Go to the end of the video, Robin. Well, there you go. He's doing some research. We love it. We don't want to just make wild accusations on this podcast. We want to tell you the actual truth of these real people. So yeah, Dash. Now, there's a weird thing I realized about Dash. So his family are the Parr family, and all of their other names are regular names. But Dash obviously means dash. It's like he can run really fast. He's dashing somewhere. Now, when he was born, was he named Dash instantly? And if so, what happened at the birth to cause them to call him Dash? Was he just running right out of there?
Just flew out and boinged off a wall. It's a really good point because their baby Jack, they don't know that he has skills at all.
Yeah, they don't call him Nuclear Mind.
No,
they call him Jack. Yeah.
Guys, I've done my research. You'll be pleased to know. And both Dash and Lightning McQueen do feature on the top 10 fastest characters in Pixar. But Lightning McQueen, no, Dash, sorry, is number 9 on the list. And this is out of 10. And Lightning McQueen is number 4.
Whoa.
Do you know who number 1 is?
Yeah.
The rat from Ratatouille. Faster than a car. Faster than an actual car.
No. That video's rubbish. Just on Dash's name, I hate to be the actually guy, but actually, Dash's full name is Robert, after his father, Dashel Parr. So his middle name is Dashel, which is a name. So his name's Robert Dashel Parr, and then when he became fast, he decided to take Dash as a nickname.
Thanks, Tom. Actually, when I did the research, I read up that I thought his first name was Dashel, and I thought, well, they're foreboding. They know he's going to be fast. I reckon something happened at the birth, and they were like, yeah, let's call him Dashel. Okay, guys. So now obviously I've got 2 up front, so I'm going to have another one up front.
Oh my god, this is massive!
It's see my previous team. I was Marvel Heroes last time, and I was very defensive. I was having my people all lying down on the pitch and stuff. This time I'm going full attack. So my third up front. Now, we also established on previous podcasts that you're allowed accessories. So if, Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings, he's allowed his horse as an accessory. So I'm going to play pretty hard into the accessory technique right now. I'm going to take the emotion of anger from Inside Out. So remember, Inside Out's the one where it's like all the emotions in a child's head. You've got like the happiness and sadness and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to take aggression. I'm going to take the angry one, and I'm going to put him in Buzz Lightyear. Because it's his emotion, right? So I'm going to make Buzz Lightyear really angry. Okay, so in a sense, Buzz Lightyear is like his accessory.
Okay, hold on. Let me just get this absolutely clear. So there's one player because anger is inside Buzz. That's what you're saying. So Buzz is the... Sure, Anger's the player, Buzz is just the vehicle.
Just the vehicle.
Sure, okay.
Now, what you are using, of course, is Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, you're making an angry Buzz. So technically it's still Buzz Lightyear, but it's an angrier version of him. Now, Buzz Lightyear, he's really physical in Toy Story movies. He's like bouncing and flipping off all sorts of things. Karate chop action, need I say more? So he's like jumping all over the place. So I figured use his physicality. But of course, guys, before you get there, yes, I realize he's only like a couple of inches tall because he's a toy. So he is going to be on the head of Linguini from Ratatouille, controlling him by the hair. So if you've seen Ratatouille, the rat sits on the guy's head, on a human man's head, and pulls his hair and controls him so he can walk a human-sized person around. Genius. So Buzz Lightyear sits on top of the human Linguini, pulls his hair, and has a full-size player. So it is Anger in the mind of Buzz Lightyear on the head of Linguini.
Right, this is just the most bizarre Russian doll I've ever heard. I love it. I do have a question for Sam. Sam, in terms of skill sets, do you think that will Linguini have Buzz Lightyear's skill set? Because obviously in Ratatouille, Linguini gets the rat skill set because it's cooking, right? Which isn't a physical feat that's really difficult, like backflips and flying and stuff. So are we saying that Linguini will be able to backflip with the help of Buzz Lightyear, with the help of Anger? Really, that's a question it's a question for everybody, but I feel like Sam, as the referee here, should maybe have a saying on this.
Well, I think when Remy pulls Linguini's hair, it's just to do physical stuff, isn't it? It's just to move his body around. Yeah. So, yeah, as long as his body can do it. He won't be able to fly. But as long as he can physically do the things that his hair is being pulled to do, then I don't see why not. I don't think that's the question here. I think the main question is, you are playing 3 of your players as one player?
Yeah. Accessory.
So that's the team. That's the whole team done. That's all 5 players.
No, it's one player. I still have several more players.
The discussion then is that Buzz and Anger are accessories to Linguini.
No. Linguini and Buzz are the accessories to Anger.
Right, okay.
So on the team sheet, it says Anger.
It says Anger.
You look on the pitch and it's just a dude in a chef's costume.
Yes, exactly.
Right, yeah, refereeing wise. So I think accessories are fine if they belong to the character that they belong to.
Are we having our first ruling counter?
No.
So I would say, I don't know, Sam, I don't know if you agree with this, but I would say that I was with you on Buzz and Anger, because Anger lives inside the character, right? He doesn't just sit on his shoulder. He is actually physically inside the character. Whereas Buzz Lightyear is like a 6-7 inch toy, and so that has to be on top of somebody. And if he's controlling, he's not an accessory. Like, I'm not controlled by my accessories. I control my accessories. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I am controlled by my anger.
This is kind of philosophical. There's depth to it.
Well, maybe we'll come back to that. Let's hear about what the other potentials are.
Thanks. All right, I'll move on. Okay, so those are my 3/5 up front. So I'm going to have another one up front. I'm playing 4 up front, guys. I'm going to go for Miguel Coco. He is the kid in the film Coco. Now, if you haven't seen it, is a little Mexican kid who goes on a crazy adventure into the world of the dead. Now, the way I see it in this film, he's a physically fit young little Mexican kid. He can play the guitar, and he can do all the, and he loves all the sort of the Mexican culture. So it stands to reason he's going to have a good sort of Latin American level of football skills. Is that possible?
So him having the level of the Mexican national team, that's the idea.
Well, yeah, not quite that, but I think I think he's a very active little kid, and he's going to have heroes. All the who's Maradona Mexican? He's
Argentinian.
Pele.
Nope.
I don't think you're going to get one, to be honest.
Maybe not. Is Mexico not famously a good team?
Well, it's probably the weaker in that part of the world, I'd say. They've got Hernandez. He's quite good.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I was worried that this might fall under some sort of like positive discrimination. So instead, you could have Merida from Brave, who's the main girl in Brave. And yeah, I want to stay clear from any kind of discrimination. So use her because she's Scottish, so that means she must definitely be angry. And that suits the rest of the team. Like an aggressive Scottish person then.
Yeah.
Not for her shooting ability.
Oh, yeah, she's like an archer.
Yeah. She's a very good shot.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, do you know what, guys? I've just made a decision in my own mind. I'm actually going to go with Merida from Brave because she's really good at shooting. She's really got accuracy on her side. Yeah, so there you go. And she's very, foolhardy and headstrong, and that suits the rest of the starting lineup so far.
Okay, yeah, sure. Listen, that's why you're making the selection. You can change halfway through. Cool. So not the boy from Coco. We're taking Merida from Brave instead.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it does sound better.
Maybe Miguel is in the... You know how England have their England band and they're playing songs for everyone to sing to? Maybe Miguel's there with his guitar on the side, some of his family members just, playing guitar and getting people to sing.
Yeah, and they can be conducted by the main character in Soul, who's a conductor.
It's a really good point.
It's all very musical. Yeah, our team songs are going to be amazing. They're going to be fantastic.
So your team, so far, the theme is Fury and music.
Fury up front. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah. So there you go. I'm happy with that. I'll go with the Brave Girl. So we've got 4/7 up front. Which obviously, I'm not an idiot. I'm going to put someone somewhere back. So you should have someone in goal. And do you know who I'm going to have in goal? No one. Seemingly. That's right. If you're the baddie team and you're looking at our goal, you're just looking at an empty goal and you're thinking, what a crazy maniac. But secretly in goal is Randall from Monsters, Inc., who's the little lizardy chap he's such a good chameleon that he can pretty much seem invisible. He goes to the pattern of a net, stands in goal, and he'll have an invisible goalkeeper. When you're trying to score against that, you don't know where the clean bit of net is. You don't know what you're doing. I think it's actually a really good idea, an invisible goalkeeper.
Matt, that is, by quite some distance, the best thing you've said about this team so far, in my opinion. Great. I love it. He's also incredibly, he's scuttly, isn't he? I can imagine him being quite quick to get to the floor. I can imagine him having quite good dexterity and agility.
Yeah, he has gecko levels of agility, and he has 4 arms, so extra chances of catching the ball, Obviously, you have to buy 4 goalkeeper gloves, so the budget takes a hit, but it's worth it. He's also got 4 legs, so he can run twice as fast. That's how that works.
Yeah, where was he on the 1 to 10 of fastest Pixar characters?
He was, so that's, I'm thinking about having Randall, the little, hey, Sullivan, that little lizardy dude in goal, but he always has to be invisible.
Another potential problem with ego here, because he's quite an egotistical, kind of slimy character, isn't he?
He is, but if you then watch Monsters University and you see him in his youth, you realise that he really just wanted to be part of a group of friends and everyone looked away from him. So hopefully now that he gets put in a team, that once glimmering ember of hope from his youth will suddenly spark up into a fire of friendship. But also, I do hope that no one on my team kicks the ball back to him. Luckily, that's not their way inclined because they won't know where they're kicking it. He's invisible.
Can confirm, I have just checked, Randall does not feature on the top 10 fastest characters from Pixar. He loses out to the motor car from Toy Story, the little green one. So he's not on there. He's been beaten by a small toy car.
This is the list that put the rat number 1 fastest character.
The rat number 1 fastest character. So much faster than a car, famously, rats.
Well, there you go.
So that's potentially Matt's tip. I am worried about the lack of any players in midfield and in defence particularly.
Oh, I forgot there was a midfield. In my head, when a football team starts off, they're all stood in the middle. That's where they kick the ball from. So I'm like, that's the midfield. No, yeah, I see what you're saying there.
So I was slightly worried about the formation choice. Very much enjoying having the opposition team called the Baddies. I think we should call them that going forward in general life.
Right.
Yeah. The away team from now on is just the Baddies.
The Baddies, yeah.
But yeah, I'm a bit worried about defence. Listen, I want to throw a name in there just in case you do need a substitute who might need to come on as a defender. I'm talking Wally. Very tidy player. I think he's a brilliant sweeper. Yeah, he can clean up in defence.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I think you might need that kind of skill at the back.
I hear you. Actually, that's pretty good. I actually had Wally sort of in mind as maybe a sub, obviously up front. That's the right thing to say. Now, because this is something I need to ask the refs here. If Wally opens up his little tummy, he always puts rubbish in it. But if he's running, puts the ball in it and then just runs down the pitch, is that allowed?
Well, you're a real fan of just putting things inside people today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would. I'd be worried that he might compact it into like a square ball, like a little
ball.
But there'll be ball boys throwing extra balls in.
If you're allowed to put balls in players, then that's my move. I want to do that.
Yeah, I'll allow that as well. As long as he doesn't use his... Because sometimes in the film he uses his hands to scoop the rubbish into him, doesn't he? As long as he runs onto the ball and swallows it rather than pulls the ball into him, then I'll allow it. Otherwise, it's definitely handball.
Yeah, he needs momentum on his side. I was thinking defensively, you could also have the Good Dinosaur from the film The Good Dinosaur, but then I realised that's not in keeping with my aggressive team, so he's just too good. Maybe you need to put Anger in The Good Dinosaur. That might just even him out, and he might just be the middle,
the placid dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also feels like including a character from the worst film Pixar ever made is just, it's not really worth it, is it?
It's not popular, is it? Yeah.
All right then, Matt. I mean, talk us through then your team. Go through quickly who you've got in your first 5.
If it's allowed, yeah. Lightning McQueen, the car. These are obviously all up front. I don't need to say that, right? Yes, we have Lightning McQueen. We have Dash from The Incredibles. We have Anger inside Buzz Lightyear on top of Linguini. We have Merida from Brave. I swear I thought the character's name was called Brave. And in goal, we're going to have Randall from Monsters, Inc.
There we go. That is Pixar's starting 5 or 7. Coming up, let's see what Pokemon have got.
A podcast from producerpaul.co.uk.
And now we're going to our away manager, Tom, who is picking from the world of Pokemon today. Tom, talk us through your lineup.
Let me talk you through my lineup, Robin. What's football all about, Robin? What's the main thing you do in football?
Score goals.
Yeah, and how do you score goals?
With the ball.
And what do you do to the ball?
Kick it with your feet.
You kick the ball with your feet. My first pick, up front, is the greatest kicker in all of fiction, the Pokemon Hitmonlee. Now, the Pokedex, which is the little device in Pokemon that tells you all about Pokemon, calls Hitmonlee the kicking Pokemon. If you don't know who I'm talking about, Hitmonlee is a roughly sort of humanoid brown blob with angry eyes and like long extendable legs that sort of look like those pipes that you get on the back of a tumble dryer. He is known as, this is a Pokedex quote, the Kickmaster, who can perform every known kick. Oh. This is a direct quote. I've not made any of this up. Someone has, but I haven't. The Kickmaster can perform every known kick. Football's about kicking balls, and he can kick, right? Do you want to know how well he can kick? Do you want to know
really well?
Here are a list of some of the moves he can learn. Low kick.
Yeah.
High kick.
Yeah.
Double kick. Blaze kick. High jump kick. Mega kick.
No middle kick.
You don't need to kick in the middle. That's ridiculous. It's not all about kicking, though. He's good at other stuff. He can also learn a move called fake out. Oh, he's going to kick? No, he's not. Oh, yes, he is. Mega kick, top corner. Keith has gone the wrong way. Hitmonlee is an absolute kicking machine.
You know how sometimes footballers get nicknames? I can't believe that no one has ever got the nickname the Kickmaster.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so obvious. God, you know what I mean? Oh, and here he is, Paul Scholes, the Kickmaster. Genius.
Hitmonlee is the best at kicking.
I just think before we go into all of the Pokemon as well, just early you said if you're not familiar with Pokemon, I think it's probably fair to say not many people are going to be as familiar with Pokemon as you are, having read the Pokedex. But I think that you've logicked that really nicely.
Look, I've done some research. Obviously, I'm doing the Pokemon team. I have restricted myself. There are 900 Pokemon now. I've restricted myself to the list of the original 151 from the first game's first TV series.
Great.
So this is the first 151 from Red and Blue, or the first TV series, if you're interested.
Hitmonlee, I think, if I'm thinking of the right one, kind of looks like a thumb with legs. Is that right?
Yeah, he's like a big brown thumb with legs and really furious
like
eyes.
Me.
Like Sam,
He looks like Sam. Yeah, looks exactly like Sam.
We always call Sam the Kickmaster. That's our thing, isn't it? Sam kicking
thumb.
people.
I'm pretty sure you've called me a thumb with legs.
Oh, it was the Dickmaster. That's what we call him. Carry on, Tom.
Another thing about Hitmonlee, and again, direct from the Pokedex, his feet can turn as hard as diamond when he kicks something.
That's really cool.
No worry about a stub toe for this player. Doesn't matter what he's kicking. Diamond feet. Also, nice addition, he's got excellent balance, which is very good for a striker. Excellent balance. These are all just facts.
That's a very well-researched first pick. Did you mention where he's playing?
He's playing up front. He's my striker.
Up front.
He's got to kick the ball into the goal. Yeah. I just have such strong feelings about Hitmonlee, this brown blob with legs.
Yeah, and he's not going to be, particularly in this upcoming game, there's not going to be a great deal of challenge for his for possession in that area, because obviously there's not going to be anybody there apart from one person in goal. So I feel like he's going to have quite a good chance to kick the ball, and famously, he is good at kicking.
Exactly. Now, I did consider giving Hitmonlee a strike partner up front, someone to work with him. For a long time, I was really thinking about the bat Pokemon, Golbat. But that's pretty much because goal is in its name, you know? But he is pretty much just an angry bat and is not going to be that good at football. So I have taken Hitmonlee as my lone striker.
I love it. Right,
we're going to move. And guys, this will be controversial. I've only got one striker, and then I've got a full team as opposed to 7 attackers or whatever it bloody was. Right, midfield. In midfield, when you're looking at the first generation of Pokemon, there is a Titan that cannot be avoided. He's the one you use your Master Ball on. It's Mewtwo, the genetic Pokemon. Right? If you don't know, Mewtwo, he kind of looks like a sort of evil alien rat squid person. And Mewtwo, they were created in a lab to be the ultimate battle Pokemon. And they've got all the tele powers, you know, telekinesis, telepathy, teleportation, plus loads of other rad stuff. They can fly, regenerate. They're just a top to bottom baller. Mewtwo is my midfielder.
Also, I believe the entire focus of the film, Mewtwo, is catching Mewtwo, isn't it? The whole film.
Well, Mewtwo is just, he's legendary, so there's only one of him. The story-wise, the thing about Mewtwo is that scientists who made him, that they gave him so much power that there's no room for any compassion in their heart. And that's said like it's a bad thing. I mean, this guy is a winning machine. All he wants to do is win. Total dedication to crushing it. Mewtwo. Thoughts?
Well, there is a slight worry here, Tom.
Sam, what is it?
A genetically created player. You know, does this go into the realms of, you know, banned substances? Like, what are they pumping into this creature? Is he going to be allowed to play? Is he going to pass the drugs test?
All right, I take your argument and then respond with Matt's got a car up front.
Yeah, but he's going to pass the test. He's going to pass a drugs test, isn't he?
He's not got petrol poured into him every day. That's outrageous.
Yeah, but where in
you're allowed to eat, Tom? You're allowed to eat food, aren't you?
Well, you're allowed to eat genetic juice. Where is genetic juice on the list of banned substances? Show me it and I'll concede.
What's contained within the juice?
Genetics.
He's getting juiced. You're literally not allowed to get juiced.
Genetics.
So, we might have to see whether or not in the match he's going to pass the drugs test.
This is outrageous. There's no drugs. Who said drugs?
Created
in a lab, and now he's perfect.
Does Mewtwo have a pee hole? Does he do wheeze?
How would I know that?
Well, you're the manager, Tom. What I'm saying is we're going to test his urine, and if he can't produce it, he can't play.
Yeah. To be honest, if you ask him for urine, if he doesn't have a pee hole, he's going to use his incredible telepathy to make you believe that you've got his pee. And you'll pass him because he's such a monster.
To be honest, his tail, so he's kind of like white with like a pinky purple.
Yeah, he's got like a pinky squid
which looks
dip.
exactly like a love egg. So I don't know why. I think it's exactly the same. Look up a picture and be like, why has this cat got a love egg shoved up himself?
Yeah.
And for some reason in my head that means that he does have a pee hole.
Do we think that the love egg is sort of more than like a pee hole? It's like a plug, and if you remove it, all the pee just falls out, and then he has to put it back in to plug the wee in.
Oh no!
I think maybe that. All right, he can play, Tom. Fine.
Look, he's got telekinesis. He can put the ball wherever he wants, straight to Hitmonlee, mega kick, goal. I'm very happy. I can see why you've pushed me on this, but if he can't play for drugs reasons, I'll be very disappointed because who said drugs? Sam said drugs. I didn't say drugs.
Well, I got 2 words for you, Tom.
What?
Rio Ferdinand.
Okay.
Why is that the 2 words?
He was bad. He was
banned for drug stuff.
He didn't pass a drug test.
Oh right. Okay.
I probably should have said Diego Maradona. Way more famously coked up.
Yeah.
To me, I didn't know that story. To me, I just thought Sam was just doing a footballer he knew.
Here is a footballer Sam knows. Right. Okay, so Mewtwo, more controversial than I was expecting. Who do you play with Mewtwo in the middle of the park? I'm going to have a second midfielder playing next to Mewtwo. Who could possibly match his desire to win? Possibly Machamp, because he's got champ in his name. Machamp is sort of like a muscular grey bodybuilder with 4 arms and a frog face. But I didn't go for him. Right? Victory Bell, same argument, but the word victory instead of the word champ. Victory Bell's this sort of like big evil plant bag. But no, not that one either. My midfield, what it needs now is pace. Yeah, I need someone fast. There's a lot of speed on that team. They've got Dash and Lightning McQueen. So who's the fastest fast? Rapidash. Rapid Dash. I've got Dash in my Rapid Dash, but I've got Rapid as well. Better than Dash. Rapid Dash. Yeah? Okay.
Would you say that Rapidash is faster than a normal rat?
Yes, I would confidently say that Rapidash is faster than...
So faster than Rattata.
Top of the list.
Every Pixar character. Rapidash is faster than a regular rat, and a regular rat is faster than everything in Pixar. So I feel confident, right? Rapidash, if you don't know, and why would you? Frankly, I've spent a long time researching this. Rapidash is the fire horse Pokemon. And if you can't imagine what a fire horse looks like, I don't know how to help you. It's a fire horse. I've got stats, guys, yeah? Matt was just saying, oh yeah, fast. Rapidash can reach her top speed of 150 miles an hour after just 10 steps.
Wow.
That's great acceleration, yeah.
That is definitely faster than a rat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as we know, that rat is faster than every Pixar character, so I feel very confident that I'm going to be outpacing them.
I've got an important question for you, though,
Yes,
Tom.
please.
Was Rapidash named after Rapidash was born? Or has it got a different first name and Rapidash was just an accident?
Yeah, her name is actually Susan Rapidash Jones. Look, Rapidash is a species, of course. And they can have their own name.
What's yours called?
Susan.
Susan.
Look, here's another good thing about Rapidash, right? Pre-game interview. Excuse me, Rapidash, will the other team win? Nay.
Yeah, pretty good. Hey, what about the risk of distraction by sugar cube? If there's any sugar, like for instance, Linguini might have some sugar cubes from his cooking, just knocking about.
Yeah, of course it is a worry. Last time in my Lord of the Rings team, my horse got taken out by a gross polo, so I'm concerned about reusing horses. However, she's a flaming horse, you know. She can learn things like flame charge, but also she's not going to show up defensive duties. She can also learn tackle and takedown.
Also, it'd be really good when she comes on the pitch. I can imagine the opposite managers being like, "Bloody hell, they've got a flaming horse!" And then you can use it in multiple ways, and that'd be just good for linguistics, wouldn't it? Yes, exactly. Matt, how are you feeling about that?
Well, and also Linguini is a really good chef. He can make flaming sugar cubes. Watch what happens.
Also known as caramel. Yeah.
There's going to be so much caramel in this game. Yeah, so Rapidash is my other midfielder. Thoughts?
Yeah, great.
Any worries apart from this polo problem?
Now that we know that Rapidash is the fastest thing available, then all of Matt's pace is worth nothing. So I feel like this is a pretty good shout.
Slightly worried about the fact that we've got a car. You know, we do have a car on the other team. Yeah. If Rapidash gets a little bit spooked by a car, or trying to run across a bit of the pitch and then bang, the car just runs her over. That's just some roadkill.
Well, hopefully, Lightning McQueen's quite a conscientious character, so you'd imagine they'd give them plenty of space and drive quite slowly past them. That's the assumption. I'm a bit concerned about the Mewtwo partnership. I just can't imagine that Mewtwo is a great team player. I don't imagine that's a strength that he has. I think he's quite a selfish, as you said, there's no room in his heart for compassion, so surely there's no room in his heart to work with a team.
He wants to win more than anything else. He is the battle Pokemon. He wants victory, and he knows that he can't do it alone.
Yeah. Okay. All right, then. I'll allow it.
Let's talk defense.
Yeah, let's.
Ooh, you've got defenders.
My defender is a small pink blob with a smiley face.
Oh, okay.
Ditto. If you don't know what Ditto is, imagine the very simplest possible version of a little pink splodge of jelly and then a very basic smiley face drawn onto it. That's who I want in defence. Why? Because Ditto is the transforming Pokemon. Ditto can transform into any other Pokemon. Look, people might have been hoping to hear some of the big names, where's Pikachu? Where's Charizard on this team? They're inside Ditto's mind. If we need them, Ditto can provide.
Can Ditto, I know that he can transform into other Pokemon. Does he still retain their powers if...
he gets their entire moveset.
Does he? Okay, it's a good shout.
Gets their entire moveset, yeah. And all that requires is to have the Pokemon in the stands, all my fan friends' Pokemon, and Ditto's like, oh yeah, you'll be useful. I'll turn into Tauros, the charging bull Pokemon, going down the wing, bursting out of defense. Oh, there's a cross coming in. I'm going to become Pinsir, the stag beetle Pokemon, who could catch the ball with his head. Because he's got pincers on his head, so he can catch it with his head. That's not a handball, that's a header that catches it. Insane, right? If the ball goes, the ball kind of flies back, it's out of the way, it can turn into Arcanine, because he's a big dog, and dogs love fetching stuff. Ditto can be any other Pokemon.
I've been really trying to think of sort of any negatives about Ditto, but actually I was worried, like Sam said, that they wouldn't get the moves, because Ditto himself only knows Transform. That's the only move that Ditto knows.
Yes.
So I suppose the tactic for the opposing team is to block his view, right, of other Pokemon. Does he have to see them to become them?
In the games, you become the Pokemon that you're battling. I don't know what the rules are in the TV show because I've not watched enough of it, but... Ditto can. So we've got all the other Pokemon in the stands cheering on the team, and Ditto's like, "Yeah, you're useful. I'll become you."
Well, you know what the opposing team needs to bring to deal with this?
What's that?
Some Pokeballs.
Oh god, it's going to be a very one-sided game.
That's not something that exists within the Pixar universe. They don't own Pokeballs.
I agree.
But you've got every other. How are you bringing? I mean, are you just paying for a bus for all the Pokemon, or are you bringing them in?
No, I've got Pokeballs.
Yeah, but so there might be. All I'm saying is they might be lying around.
No, I'm very, very conscientious with my Pokeballs land.
Okay.
Matt, non-Pokemon knowing person here. Pokeball catches Pokemon?
Yeah.
Cool. I can see the problem.
Yeah, and stores them. So you they kind of jump into a little ball, and then you can walk around, and then when you need them, you throw the ball, and the Pokemon pops out, and then it does its stuff.
Very good. Just gonna write that down on my list of tactics. Thank you.
Okay, so I think Ditto's a really good shout. Ditto could transform into any Pokemon that you might need their skill for.
Yeah.
So we've got one more player left. We've got a goalkeeper left.
Yeah, we've got a goalkeeper left. And in my opinion, and considering I've already had, Mewtwo, the most powerful Pokemon in the original 151, Mr. Mime. In goal, I have Mr. Mime, who is basically, if you don't know Mr. Mime, looks like a mime. Just a little person, just a little dude who's a bit like a clown, and he's got gloves. Gloves like a goalkeeper? Yeah, right? And here's the thing about Mr. Mime. This is why he's the most powerful. Because his mimes are so good that the things he mimes become reality.
Whoa.
It's kind of like the noise next door.
Yes, Mr. Mime is like the Pokemon noise next door, right? What's the very first thing you learn to mime? A bloody wall, guys. You learn to mime a wall. Oh, what do you need when you're defending a goal? You need a wall of players often. We don't need players to make a wall. We've got actual walls. He can just stand behind the line and just mime a wall, and the wall now exists. It's a real wall through the power of his art, through the power of his mime. He is called, in the Pokedex, the Barrier Pokemon.
Yeah, it's really cool. I have some questions. First of all, you said at the very beginning that one of the selling points of Mr. Mime is that he's got gloves like a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You do know that goalkeepers get given those gloves. You don't have to turn up with them already sewn onto your hands.
Doesn't need it. Doesn't need them.
And second of all, so whatever he builds, it exists. It is produced. So if he builds a wall exists.
But a mime wall, you can't see the wall.
But it exists. But there is a physical wall.
Yeah, if you ran into it. Yeah.
But all I'm worried about is that surely he is then just trapped in the goal he's in for the first half.
No, because then he just mimes a door. Come on, Robin.
It's good.
He's so good at mime. he can mime anything. But there's other mime applications, okay? There's a free kick. The opponents, the baddies have a free kick. He can use the old mime lasso to move his teammates around into perfect defensive positions. Yeah?
So is he your captain?
Yeah. In many ways, I could argue that I only need him. Yeah? But I've got other players just in case. Is someone getting a bit good at football? He's going to mime a 44 Magnum and shoot, miming them in the head. That person is now dead.
I think that's a straight red. Though.
Really?
Murder.
Okay. Should we check the VAR? Should we check the... Oh, there's no gun. There's no bullet. What happened? No, I don't know. Must have been the power of mime.
It's the same, I guess, if you're checking for anger in Pixar. Matt, here's a question for you. Can anger transfer himself into the minds of other players, make them angry? If that's the case, can you whip in sadness from Inside Out and make other players a bit depressed so they can't play anymore?
Well, I don't want to break the rules of football. You only allowed 5 players. So if you had sadness, that's one of my players gone already, even if you put him in someone else. Although it would make suddenly Tom's player an accessory. So they wouldn't count as a player. So I could have the team disqualified for just all being accessories if I put emotions in them.
I don't think that's... No.
Well, it's taken a turn. All right, so Tom, Mr. Mime, it becomes reality. Any other final thoughts on Mr. Mime in goal?
Could I just ask a question from the...
Of course you may.
From the baddies on the other team.
Yeah.
If your goalkeeper already has gloves, could we borrow the ones that they give you? Because my guy has 4 arms.
Yeah, that's fine. You can have...
Thanks, man.
Oh, it's nice. It's nice. They say politeness is dead in the modern game, but it's not. Any final thoughts, Tom, on Mr. Mime?
There's nothing you can throw at Mr. Mime that he can't deal with the power of his mime. There are other players that I considered. Obviously, that we've got a bench of 140 something Pokemon. Obviously, Starmie is a big star. Literally, just a big star, but rubbish at football.
And by the way, I don't think you're going to be allowed all of them on the bench.
Fair enough. I did consider for a while the Pokemon Farfetch'd, but a bit leaky at the back, which requires a few things, listeners. It requires you to know the phrase leaky at the back is the sort of thing you might say at someone who's not good at football, but also requires you to know that the Pokemon Farfetch'd is a small brown bird that carries a big leak everywhere he goes.
It's very good.
Wait, now that I know that, do the gag again.
Okay.
Do the gag again. Yeah.
So I considered Farfetch'd, but a bit leaky at the back.
Oh, double whammy.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, this is nerdy even for us. There are geeks everywhere having a brilliant time.
And if we run out of balls, Voltorb, on he comes. Look, this is my Pokemon team.
Yeah.
What about so we've got Miguel on the other side doing some music. Thoughts on having Jigglypuff leading some singing?
Dangerous.
It is dangerous.
I don't want Jigglypuff singing because everyone falls asleep. If you hear Jigglypuff sing, you fall asleep.
Oh.
And, maybe I could buy some earplugs, but I don't think Hitmonlee has ears.
Unless Jigglypuff's on the pitch, everyone else is just asleep and Jigglypuff's just alone with the ball.
Just dawdling around singing. With my team, I don't need la-di-da-di anthems. I've got the mightiest Pokemon of all, Mr. Mime, and the genetic monster, Mewtwo. I feel very confident. I feel very happy.
Good. All right then, Tom. That's your team. Give us just a quick rundown of the positions.
Up front, it's Hitmonlee. In the middle of the park, we've got Mewtwo and Rapidash. In defence, it is Ditto. And in goal, the great, powerful, incredible Mr. Mime.
Brilliant. There's Tom's Pokemon team. So now for the pre-match thoughts and feelings. So here we are, the pre-match thoughts and feelings from the managers.
Feelings?
Yeah, we're doing a pre-match thoughts and feelings. That's what this bit's called.
Is that what happens in
And
football?
now on Sky Sports, it's Jamie Redknapp moving over to the pre-match thoughts and feelings with Roy Keane. You what?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's pre-match thoughts and feelings.
Journal writing time.
Give me your thoughts and feelings, you miserable knob. Matt, how are you feeling?
I have some feelings.
Yeah.
I think I'm feeling pretty good. Actually, I have a general question. I really don't know anything about Pokemon. How big are they? Are they quite small?
Various sizes. I think most of Tom's there are sort of humanoid sizes, I would say. Ditto is very small, but can obviously transform into any size. The rest of them, yeah.
In my head, they were all very tiny, and I was just going to hit them with my car. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, famously, if you hit a human with a car, they do die.
Watch what happens. Watch what happens.
So you're feeling pretty good, Matthew?
Yeah, I feel as good as a rat in a sprint.
Good. Tom, how are you feeling about your chances today against the Pixar team?
Yeah, they haven't got any defenders or midfielders. I feel great. I feel great. Let's do it. Let's Pokeball.
And that was the pre-match thoughts and feelings. So we are getting ready to head to Pixar's home stadium. Matt, what is the home stadium of Pixar?
It is the field next to the big tree in A Bug's Life.
It's adorable.
Brilliant. Well, let's head there for kickoff. We'll see you at the game. Welcome to the Field by the Tree Stadium for Pixar versus Pokémon. Stay with us live so you can catch it all.
Team news, and there were fears Team Pokémon star player Mewtwo may have failed a drugs test, but the governing body has laid out a statement ruling that a genetically engineered frame is allowable. And there's the whistle for kickoff.
Kickmaster Hitmonlee getting in some good early kicks.
Good to see the dashing dash and Rapidash trading dashes of dashes.
Linguini cooking up a storm in the box, but tackled out of nowhere. Ditto as Tentacruel, who sticks out a tentacle. Linguini is down. Was there contact? It's going to VAR. A clear but beautiful dive.
What's this? His hat has come off as he's hit the deck. Buzz Lightyear is on his head. He has been controlling the movements of his teammate. Now we know why Linguini fell with style. But Team Pixar have been playing with extra players, Robin.
It looks like Linguini is going to be sent off for simulation, and Buzz has immediately frozen, furious at the sight of other humans, so has also had to leave the pitch. Team Pixar down to 4 with a 0-0-4 formation. It was already going to be difficult, and now their task has been made even harder.
Merda with a Pixar corner, a typically accurate delivery, but Lightning McQueen can't get to it as he is yet to have his hydraulic suspension installed.
He should give Pit My Ride a call, Sam.
Quick break from Rapidash.
Oh, she's been on fire today, Sam.
Pass to Hitmonlee, who shoots with a low kick, and it's an incredible reflex save from Randall.
The fans are screaming their appreciation for that one.
So much so that there's a power surge from their screaming that has shorted all of the lights. Jigglypuff starts singing to calm the fans down.
Long ball from Randall to Dash, who takes a shot! It's in! Oh, it smashed through the wall that Mr. Mime has built there. He's mime-built a drywall on a new build estate, and it didn't have a chance against the power from Dash's shot. It's gone straight through.
It's 1-0 Pixar.
Immediate response from Pokémon here as Mewtwo sends out a psychic blast of annoyance, which knocks all the Pixar team over. An easy shot for Hitmonlee.
And it's 1-1.
Oh my God! Did you see that? A rat just ran clean across the pitch. I've never seen anything so fast.
Ditto has changed into the rat Pokemon Rattata and now has the speed of an ordinary rat, the fastest creature known to man.
And Dash, a superhero with the superpower of super speed, is so upset that a rat is faster than him that he stormed off. So Team Pixar down to 3 players.
Rapidash to Ditto, who is in Pikachu form, to Hitmonlee, back to Ditto, who is now Beedrill, who Beedrills it home for another outstanding team goal. It's 2-1 Pokemon.
And that's the halftime whistle.
It's going to be an uphill battle for Pixar second half.
Mr. Mime is obviously miming a police stinger here. And Lightning McQueen straight over it.
That's 4 flat tyres for Lightning McQueen. He has gone down with a severe injury.
They're down to 2 players.
Last few minutes, and Hitmonlee has now bagged a double hat-trick, 6 goals. He really is good at kicking.
A surprise Pixar corner in the dying moments, and Randall up to receive it as there is no one else left on the Pixar team.
Mr. Mime has mined a door, classic, which Randall has gone into and not come out the other side.
Presumably gone into a child's bedroom to make them cry and scream.
And that's the final whistle with only 1 player left on the pitch. It is an 8-1 loss for the Pixar team.
Utter demolition there, Sam. Well, what a game. Let's get reactions from the managers. Tom, you won today.
Ecstatic. Chuffed for Hitmonlee getting a double hat-trick, of course scoring with low kick, high kick, double kick, blaze kick, high jump kick and mega kick. Like I said, you don't need a medium kick. Chuffed.
Amazing news. And Matt, commiserations.
Yes, congratulations to all the Pokemon and Pokewomen's. However, if that was a golf score, I'd be pretty happy with myself.
You certainly would, but it famously is not a golf score. That brings us to the end of the episode. Tom, who has taken the 3 points there at the top of the Noise Next Door Fantasy 5 leaderboard with 6 points. And let us know on social media what you thought of today's episode. We're on @NoiseNextDoor on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Get in touch and let us know if you agree with the teams, if you agree with the score, and we'd love to hear your ideas for any future teams for Fantasy 5. Please do subscribe to Fantasy 5 on your preferred network.
Next time on Fantasy 5, we have me picking a team from Friends and Robin picking a team from South Park. Can't wait.
We shall see you then. It's time now for us to hit the showers.
Wow, what a victory. You're all tremendous competitors. Do you mind if I drive into your shower?
Mewtwo.
Feeling good about the win, are you?
Mewtwo.
Chow, that stinger hurt my tires. Was that your idea?
Mewtwo.
I'm kind of getting the feeling you can only say your own name then. Do love having showers.
Me too.
Hey!